Have you ever wondered whether there is a secret to lasting intimacy that only improves with age? The myth around passion and connection can give the impression that intimacy wanes as we age, but in reality, it can deepen and change in ways that most people would never think possible. This movie will reveal the fundamental, frequently disregarded realities about intimacy, pleasure, and connection secrets that mature men comprehend. These secrets not only improve physical pleasures, but also foster emotional ties and produce long-lasting contentment. Discover how these revelations may transform your relationships and add a new degree of happiness to every private moment by sticking with us through to the very end. I strongly advise you to click the subscribe button and turn on the notification if you haven't already. Bell, to stay up to date on all of our most recent content. I'm interested in knowing what you think about today's topic. If you like the content, please leave a remark below. If not, leave a 0. Your input is essential to me, since it helps me make better films that now reflect your interests. Let's begin by revealing the profound yet frequently ignored secret of female pleasure. Its simplicity conceals immense power, which many younger men tend to ignore, but which wise, mature men gradually come to comprehend through patience, empathy, and life experience. Many people cannot even conceive of the clitoris, a little but highly complex organ often shrouded in mystery, as the soul of a symphony, but it holds the key to unlocking realms of pleasure. This secret is both exquisite and essential. The humble violin is hidden within the ensemble. In our youth, we might only hear the thundering drums or booming bass, focusing on the more vert sounds, much like we might approach physical intimacy with urgency and intensity. However, as we get older and wisdom softens our perspectives, we start to appreciate the subtle beauty, those gentle, almost ethereal notes, the ones that give the music life and make it unforgettable in this symphony of intimacy. The clitoris is that delicate violin, discreet yet profoundly essential, reminding us that pleasure is rarely about the obvious, but rather about subtlety and delicate attentiveness to every sensation and gesture. Years ago, I engaged in a poignant conversation with a friend whose words will forever remain etched in my memory. It's about making women feel valued, understood, and genuinely seen, not about hastily reaching a conclusion. The simplistic explanation that female pleasure is primarily about penetration, as if that alone could satisfy a woman's needs, has dominated our understanding for far too long. However, as we delve deeper, we discover that penetration is just one facet of a beautifully complex experience. The journey often surpasses the physical realm, weaving into the emotional, soulful, and deeply personal realms, where the clitoris assumes an unparalleled significance. Statistics provide a compelling narrative over this is more than just a statistic. It's a call to fully comprehend the female body, respect its complexity, and embrace the artistry of connection, as 75% of women need direct clitoral stimulation to achieve orgasm. As a mature man, you start to see beyond young presumptions and realize that it's about the rhythm of the moment and the attentive presence. With its remarkable 8,000 nerve endings dedicated solely to pleasure, the clitoris is a testament to the luxury and sophistication of the female anatomy, a treasure that begs for reverence and care. The journey is just as important as the ultimate destination. You begin to understand that the clitoris is more than simply an organ. It's a portal to a woman's heart and soul, and that discovering the lovely hidden depths of female pleasure becomes your greatest strength, your secret to a lasting relationship. As a senior man, you possess a unique and potent edge that young men frequently lack: patience and listening to the profound power of a mature man. Ignore the art of attentive listening, and the gift of patience in the midst of chaos and excitement. Youth intimacy is frequently viewed as a sprint to the top, a race to the finish line, an experience focused on getting to the end goal. However, over time, you've realized that the true meaning of pleasure and the beauty of connection lies not in speed, but rather in the depth of the journey, in the quiet pauses that allow you both to simply be, in the lingering, tender moments, and in the breaths that fill the spaces between. This insight, when applied slowly, reveals a sort of magic that turns intimacy from an act into an experience. As you delve into the intricate map of her body and the distinct contours of her erogenous zones, you'll find that every touch and glance resonates more powerfully than mere words. The way her body relaxes under your touch, her breath deepens, and her eyes reveal something unsaid that you come to see embodies the true beauty of intimacy. By paying attention to the subtle reactions, you start to unlock a world of hidden meaning where pleasure is more than just physical. Imagine yourself standing in front of a mysterious, intricate safe that defies force. Each turn of the dial necessitates precision. Each click demands your undivided attention, and each faint sound draws you closer to the secrets within. Female pleasure is akin to this, demanding patience, curiosity, a gentle touch, and an open mind. This is where your wisdom and experience become invaluable. Through years of study and experience, ACC Compass has taught you that every woman is her own universe, a universe full of distinct desires, triggers, and dreams. What excites one person may not excite another, and this is not a problem, but an opportunity to learn something completely different every time. The beauty of this period of life is realizing that each partner is a new world with its own rhythm and language. You are learning more than just about her physical attributes. You are also learning about her narrative, her spirit, her anxieties, and her ambitions. Your patience, your willingness to listen, and your willingness to follow her responses speak to her on a level that transcends the physical. She feels valued not just as a lover, but also as a person and a soul. The trust that emerges from such attentiveness enables both of you to relax and reveal yourself in ways that would be impossible with someone who is solely focused on achieving their goals. This is not just about technique or mastery. This slow, deliberate approach becomes a powerful gesture that says, "I am here, fully present with you," valuing every response and every small reaction. It's a communication that leaves both of you feeling more whole, more fulfilled. Your ability to pause and let the moment breathe to make her feel that she is worth every second of your time creates a bond that reaches far beyond the bedroom. Patiently listening and being patient become the foundation of a deeply fulfilling relationship. In this sacred space, you find a depth of intimacy that nourishes not only the body, but also the heart and soul, leaving you both touched and transformed with resonance long after the moment has passed. It allows each moment to unfold naturally, without pressure or hurry. 3. Closeness outside of the body. A mature man masters the art of connection. As a mature man, you have the wisdom to understand that intimacy is not about speed or brute strength, but rather about presence, dedication, and a sincere desire to understand your partner's needs and desires. This is one of the most profound lessons of maturity. Intimacy is so much more than physical actions. It's a deep, resonant connection that touches the heart and soul beyond the body. Men who listen, move carefully, and show true concern for the lady in front of them, not just for their actions, but also for her as an individual with distinct desires, dreams, and vulnerabilities, are the ones who make a lasting impression on women. A unique and priceless trait, this degree of attention leaves a lasting impression that women treasure and remember long after the event concludes. Let's examine one of the most personal manifestations of this bond in more detail. Mature men know that pleasure is a journey that begins long before physical contact. It's the whisper of a touch, the way you look into her eyes, the lingering warmth of a hand on her back. By taking your time and allowing her to feel every bit of your presence, you set the stage for something far deeper than mere physical satisfaction. Oral sex is where experience, maturity, and attentiveness become your allies in creating a moment that is intensely meaningful, yet often overlooked in its potential. This is what intimacy is all about. A purposeful, slow dance in which every motion, as with any profoundly important oral sex, every pause is an act of dedication. Acting intimately involves being sensitive to rhythm and acutely aware of your partner's reactions. Picture it as a dialogue in which every touch, shift, and movement is a question you pose, and her body answers in kind. Every movement should be deliberate. Every instant of undivided attention. Mature men understand that it's not just about technique. It's also about interpreting her cues, sensing how her body responds, and adjusting to her rhythm as it shifts and intensifies gradually. In addition to creating suspense, pace also develops pleasure, which intensifies with each second, enabling her to unwind, let go, and have complete faith in the experience. The real strength in these situations is your unwavering emphasis on her delight. When a woman knows that your sole goal is her enjoyment, a rare and lovely trust develops, and she feels loved, cared for, and understood in a way that is beyond words. Communication is essential. Whether through soft words, gentle touches, or even a shared gaze, you signal to her that you are there, fully present and attuned to her experience. You can feel her reactions. When you take your time, you can feel her body's language guiding you toward what she truly enjoys. Savor each reaction and truly connect with her. Sensations she feels are not only physically satisfied, but emotionally fulfilled. This connection resonates on a level that lingers, leaving her feeling valued and cherished in ways that deepen your bond. In the end, intimacy at its most profound is not about techniques or steps. It's about being present, engaged, and attentive. Your patience, your willingness to savor every moment, transforms what might otherwise be a fleeting act into a memorable experience that resonates long after. This is the beauty of intimacy and maturity. It's not simply about pleasure, but about connection, about creating a safe space where both of you can be vulnerable, open, and true to yourselves. And it's in this space, this carefully crafted moment of presence, that intimacy transcends the physical, leaving both of you not only fulfilled, but transformed by the connection. You mentioned the crucial role that emotional connection plays in intimacy. When we think of intimacy, we often associate it with the physical aspect and view the orgasm as the ultimate goal. While the orgasm may be the ultimate goal, older men who have wisely navigated the terrain of love and desire often overlook something that younger men often overlook: genuine joy. Genuine joy leaves a lasting impression, stemming from the emotional bond that underpins every touch, glance, and breath that two people share, rather than simply reaching a climax. Think of intimacy as an intense tango. You lose the dance's enchantment, the shared rhythm, and the intimacy if all you're thinking about is getting to the last step. The delicate coordination that gives each movement vitality, intimacy, truly shines during this dance in the wordless harmony that flows between two interconnected souls. Please leave your first comment below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me and that you find these teachings helpful. A stronger emotional bond develops. when she feels that you truly see her and that you're present not just with her body, but also with her heart and mind. It forges a bond that goes beyond the norm, and she feels understood, valued, and respected in a way that is uncommon and precious. This type of connection fosters a new level of intimacy that invites vulnerability and trust. It involves being fully present and tuning into her thoughts, feelings, and desires. Listening with an open mind is taking in her essence as well as hearing what she has to say. When a woman feels this level of emotional closeness, her heart opens, allowing her to let go of barriers and be vulnerable to explore depths of intimacy that go beyond the physical. This openness transforms the physical bond and strengthens it with a layer of warmth and trust that elevates every shared moment. When you hold her, it's not just skin meeting skin, it's a merging of experiences of hopes, fears, and dreams. She feels safe, cherished, and seen. The experience transforms into a genuine connection, where enjoyment becomes secondary to the delight of being together. Just being together brings about a pleasure that transcends any physical high and turns into a warm, lingering memory that stays with you both for a long time, forging an intimacy that ties you together in ways that words cannot express. You start to understand that the ultimate enjoyment comes from the journey you take together, in the emotional intimacy, the shared laughing, and the consoling silences, rather than from a single instance of extreme pleasure. You learn that the greatest joy is the connection itself, true intimacy, which is then not a destination, but rather a continuous dance between two souls moving in unison, trust, and love. 5 dispelling fallacies about sexuality. An adult viewpoint on genuine intimacy. There are many myths and misconceptions in the sex industry. Generations-old beliefs often shape our perception and interpretation of intimacy, especially when it comes to women's pleasure experiences. However, mature men who have gained knowledge and understanding via experience recognize the significance of eschewing these antiquated notions, realizing that the secret to a fulfilling intimate life is not only knowledge, but also a readiness to unlearn these myths in order to be receptive to deeper truths about what actually fosters connection and fulfillment. One common misconception is that penetration is the only way to route to female orgasm. A one-dimensional approach to intimacy, which ignores the subtleties of female pleasure and creates a disconnect that limits both partners, results from assuming that pleasure is solely associated with penetration. In reality, each woman experiences pleasure in her own way, and for many, clitoral stimulation is necessary for achieving orgasm. Mature men understand that intimacy is an art, a journey that calls for perseverance, investigation, and an openness to learning what genuinely makes their partner happy, unconstrained by strict standards. The notion that women are less sexually inclined than males is another persistent fallacy. This misunderstanding undervalues the depth and intensity of female desire, which is detrimental to both sexes. Women's sexuality, although expressed and experienced differently, is actually just as deep and profound as men's. Context factors frequently closely relate women's desire, enhancing their pleasure and arousal, as well as emotional connections and trust. Breaking these myths takes more than just awareness. It calls for a change in perspective, away from seeing intimacy through the prism of antiquated ideas. Mature men realize that this difference does not imply less desire, but rather that women's sexuality is complex, a beautiful fusion of the emotional and physical, where the mind and heart are as engaged as the body. Mature males embrace a more profound and attentive form of connection. They listen, learn, and communicate honestly, fostering an atmosphere where both partners feel comfortable expressing their needs. They realize that intimacy is not a set of steps, but rather a dynamic conversation, a dance of mutual respect and fulfillment. On this journey, these men learn that true fulfillment comes from being willing to try new things, adjust, and respect their partner's uniqueness. They also discover that the vulnerable moments, shared laughter, and the intimacy that arises from trust and understanding bring them pleasure. Eliminating these misconceptions enables both partners to have a deeper, more fulfilling encounter that is based on sincere connection and mutual discovery rather than stereotypes. This mature view of intimacy ultimately transforms the experience, shifting the focus from performance to presence, from presumptions to curiosity, and from the one-size-fits-all myth to the truth of individuality. It is in this truth that true, lasting intimacy emerges, where both partners feel deeply connected, understood, and valued. The knowledge that routine may gradually infiltrate even the most intense relationships is one of the secrets to reviving intimacy with experience. Casting a silent shadow over intimacy at this point in your life, you understand that maintaining the spark requires more than routine. It necessitates creativity, curiosity, and a readiness to delve deeply into your desires with your partner. Intimacy thrives on a profoundly mental and emotional connection rather than just the physical. No matter how long you've been together, creativity and fantasy are strong tools that help you maintain the flame by bringing a fresh sense of passion, excitement, and wonder to the relationship. Experienced men know that intimacy is an art, a delicate balance between familiarity and surprise. Not only does incorporating fantasy into a relationship bring novelty, but it also creates an exciting and safe environment where both partners feel comfortable sharing aspects of themselves that they might otherwise keep private. Sometimes it's the excitement of being somewhere unexpected or the spontaneity of the moment that makes intimacy feel entirely new again. This willingness to explore fantasies together, even simple ones, can turn ordinary moments into chances for connection. A subtle shift in rhythm, a playful suggestion, or a different setting can transform ordinary moments into moments of shared excitement. Bringing imagination into a relationship adds a new level of transparency and trust. Sharing a long-held dream, a playful notion, or a desire can lead to a deeper connection because it goes beyond a simple physical encounter and makes both partners feel appreciated and accepted for who they are. It's about rekindling the joy of shared dreams and playful spontaneity by connecting the mind and spirit and letting each other be vulnerable. Maybe it's role-playing, exchanging a whispered fantasy, or just adding unexpected components to the known. A tapestry of experiences created by every tiny act of creativity keeps the connection vibrant and full of fresh, significant memories. Men who embrace creativity in their relationships understand that it's about rekindling their mutual curiosity and approaching intimacy with the same spirit of adventure that initially drew them together. Men who embrace creativity in their relationships enjoy the process of discovering new facets in each other. This deliberate playfulness, this willingness to explore new things, makes intimacy a journey rather than a final destination. In the end, creativity and fantasy are not just ways to keep intimacy exciting, they're ways to honor the uniqueness of your connection. By consistently discovering new ways to be close, you ensure that intimacy remains a beautiful, evolving journey that is full of laughter, trust, and the freedom to grow together. 7 things no one told you about sex after 50. This mindset helps both partners stay engaged and nurtures a relationship where each encounter feels like a celebration of the bond they've built together. This powerful truth, often unsaid, holds the key to lasting intimacy. As people age, their bodies change and their gray hair appears. In fact, sex can become even more fulfilling and meaningful as time passes. The journey of growing older brings gifts that youth cannot experience, such as patience and a comfortable confidence that radiates from within. Mature men understand that true attractiveness isn't just about physical form, but rather the ability to embrace life, laugh at oneself, and be fully present with a partner. These qualities become more magnetic with age, adding a depth to intimacy that only experience can provide. Yes, the body undergoes changes over time, but these changes don't mean that desire or pleasure should disappear. Rather, they create new opportunities for experiencing intimacy. Accepting these changes entails changing and growing alongside your spouse. Maintaining an active lifestyle, doing regular exercise, and taking care of your health will boost your vitality, stamina, and self-confidence, all of which help maintain the spark. Beyond physical activity, it's important to keep an open mind and be curious. As people age, they become more willing to explore intimacy in ways that may have seemed intimidating or impossible when they were younger. It's all too simple to fall for the myths about intimacy and aging, such as the idea that passion wanes and that attraction fades. The idea that sex is only for the young is a fallacy that limits our capacity for joy. Many people are unaware that as we age, our relationships become more intimate, serving as a space for connection and exploration, and each moment we spend together assumes greater significance and weight. Love evolves into a kind of knowing and understanding that intimacy is less about performance and more about presence, sharing vulnerability, laughter, and tenderness without pretense, regardless of age. Intimacy becomes a place of comfort, a sanctuary where two people can let go of social expectations and be fully themselves. You discover that attraction is as much about the mind and spirit as it is about the body, and in this shared vulnerability, passion finds a new, profound expression. It's no longer just about physical sensations, but rather about connection, trust, and a deep mutual respect that enhances every touch, glance, and whispered word. Therefore, don't let the myths of aging prevent you from living a fulfilling, intimate life. Age is not a barrier, but a gateway to a deeper and more profound intimacy. You make small adjustments to suit each other's rhythms. We appreciate you watching, and we'd love to hear what you've learned from this video and intend to implement in your life. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. In the end, the beauty of intimacy after 50 is not about defying age, but rather about celebrating it, living fully, loving deeply, and finding joy in each of your precious moments together. Others may find inspiration in your insight while they travel. For more information on forming meaningful relationships and leading your best life, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel if you liked this video.